Is it okay for you? Do you have any? Okay. So, hi. I would like to present you today Katharine Kinnie, with a cosmic numerologist. And she will speak about this special year we are living now, 2021, which is the year of water, about 5 frequency, and the water portals. So, Katharine, would you like to present you? And maybe it would be also interesting to tell us how we both met in 2019, I suppose, in Avalon.
Yep, yeah. Absolutely. Anastasia, thank you very much for the introduction and for inviting me to talk with you about numbers and the very special number 5 frequency. I'm very grateful to be here. So yeah, we met at the Chalice Well, you know, one of our favorite places on the planet, and in Glastonbury, Avalon, in July 2019, on the 26th of July, which is the Gratitude and Love for Water Day, and a very, very special sacred ceremony that happens at the Chalice Well every year on that day, also the day out of time, from a mind dream spell perspective, when it's the day between when one mind year finishes and another one begins. Actually, it's the 25th of July, because the mind new year is on the 26th. Yeah. And we met sitting around the Chalice Well, where everyone comes together to contribute water from all over the world into a giant, beautiful, big glass chalice.
Yes.
And tell our stories, and you know, it just fills my heart with so much joy. I want to start replicating that here in the Byron Shire of Australia as well, actually, next year. And yeah, I think I'd mentioned Te Waikurupupu Springs in New Zealand, which is the purest spring water source and most abundant spring water source in the entire southern hemisphere. And after the ceremony, you came up to me and said, "Oh, hello, can you tell me more about that place in New Zealand?" And then we sat down, and it was as if we'd known each other for quite some time.
Absolutely. It was really amazing. Yeah, I remember. And so you told me about your art, about your cosmic numerology science. We can speak about science, I think. Would you like to maybe to tell us a little bit more about this special wisdom?
Absolutely. Yeah, you're right. It's a metaphysical science. It's rooted in, and its foundations are in Pythagorean numerology, which comes from Pythagoras. Most of us know Pythagoras from school. And he had a school of mathematics in Crotone in Italy, where he taught exoteric mathematics and esoteric mathematics. So we learned the exoteric mathematics at school, a squared plus b squared equals c squared, but the esoteric, the more magical, mystical, spiritual side of numbers and mathematics, we're not taught that. And so numerology and the metaphysical science of numerology, the spirituality, the energy, the vibration or frequencies that are held within numbers, that's what numerology is. And cosmic numerology is a new version of Pythagorean numerology that connects numbers with the stars. with stars and star systems and galaxies. And this is information that I've been given directly from Pythagoras. He is my guide, one of my main guides in this lifetime. And yeah, I've been giving readings and teaching cosmic numerology since 2013, and I'm just getting ready to rebrand it and rebirth it and start to write books and create apps and just take everything to the next level. Yeah, so yeah.
That's really beautiful. So is there somebody else who's doing what you are doing at the moment on the planet, or you are really the only one who has this wisdom which you receive them, you mean, directly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And what sets cosmic numerology apart from all the other Pythagorean numerology, any book that you might open or read, or any other numerologist, is cosmic numerology acknowledges the master numbers above 33. So 44, 55, 66, 77, 88, 99. And it also helps us to remember our cosmic starseed heritage, origins, ancestry, and lineage.
Yes, I must say it was very beautiful. I made a lecture with you in 2019, and it was really resonating very deep in my soul, within my soul. And yes, like you spoke about cosmic CV, you know, and yes, it is very precious for those who would like to live more connected to their spiritual and cosmic lineage, you know. And yes, those who are for this on this path, I think it is really a very beautiful tool you offer.
Thank you.
Yeah, and what's more, you yes, I found very, very beautiful this way of living really consciously with the days, with the dates, with the days, with the years, and this is also a very ancient wisdom the old civilization were absolutely living, and nowadays in our society this is really something which can help everyone to live more, just more aligned with this cosmic intelligence. So maybe would you like to present us the actual year 2021, which is a very special year in the 5 frequency?
Yep, absolutely. So every year on Earth, based on the Gregorian calendar, holds a numerological frequency. And you can calculate that when you add all of the numbers together in the year. So as you said, this year is 2021. So when we add the 2 and the 0 and the 2 and the 1, we get 5. So that makes 2021 a 5 universal year. And that means that the whole year is a portal for the 5 frequency. And as a collective, we have been experiencing the energies of the 5, and we will continue to experience them right the way to the end of this year. We then move into 2022, which will be a 6 year. But even the 5 energies of 2021 will overlap with the first 6 months of next year as well. And so, oh, go on. Go on.
Yes, just a question. When you speak about 2021, the whole year as a portal for the 5, maybe you could explain more what you mean with this.
Yeah, about the portal.
Yes, please.
Yeah, okay. So a portal, it's funny because a lot of my students ask me to explain portals. And when I was teaching it in Avalon in 2000 and I think it was 2018, my higher self and my higher guides say that a portal is like it's like being on a water slide at a theme park. There's the beginning where you start, and then there's the end. And portal is it's a space that opens for you to have a journey. So a portal can be a period of time. So it can be a minute, an hour, a day, a month, a year, 10 years, 100 years. So a portal can be determined by time, but it can also be a physical or a metaphysical doorway that can be opened or closed as well. So portal, you'll know this because porte in French means door, right?
Yes, portail is a little bit different than door.
Yeah.
It's more.
But
yeah,
go on.
It's more big. It's more big. It's not a normal door, you know. It's a bigger door.
Yes, but it's got the word port in it, which means door, and so so it's a doorway that opens and then closes. So for us, using calendrical systems, portals can open at a particular moment, on a particular hour, and a particular minute and a day, and then it can close. But it can also happen multidimensionally as well. So portals can open when certain stars or planets are in alignment. So we had some very, very powerful portals last year with the planetary alignments, as I know you were tuned in. And we can also have portals with the moon and with the sun. So there's a powerful portal that happens for about the first 45 minutes of when the sun rises and the sun sets. And it's the same with, you know, the moon. We can have moon portals. So there's a portal that opens with the full moon. And those of us that are sensitive will feel the energies of the full moon 3 days before and 3 days after. I'm just getting goosebumps the whole time I'm saying this. So yeah, portals are essentially, you know, a portal is a doorway that opens, and it can stay open for a certain amount of time, and then it will close. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
So back to the the 5. Sorry, frequency and the.
Yeah. So following, and you know, the portal with the Mayan dream spell calendrical system, that opens on the 26th of July every year and then closes on the 24th of July. So that's another portal, so to speak, using a calendrical system. So with the 5, so numerologically, some of the really big themes for 2021 that a lot of us will have been experiencing, and we will continue to experience until the end of this year, are around change, transformation, spontaneity, expecting the unexpected, travel, adventure. And I know there's a lot of people on the planet that might not have been able to physically travel as much as they would like to have. I know things are opening up now, but it can mean multi-dimensional travel, the 5, or traveling without moving, because those of us that are connected, we know that, you know, we can close our eyes and travel anywhere we want to, energetically on the planet or multi-dimensionally. But it represents adventure, and some of the mottos of the 5: expect the unexpected, the plan is there is no plan, change is the only certainty. It's a chaos energy as well. So I know that, again, on the planet there's been a lot of perceived chaos for some people. And it's that chaotic energy that comes after the 4. The 4 is all about foundations, being grounded, being still, elementally, it's connected to the earth and the ground. It's connected to rocks and trees and things that are really solid and strong and firm and reliable and dependable. Whereas the 5 energy is all about flow. It's all about the fluidity of life. It's all about going with the flow. It's about not having any expectations. And if you do have any expectations, the 5 will normally find a way to remind you to go with the flow. It's all about the present moment. It's about the 0 point. The 5 is here to really help us be in the present moment. And elementally, it's very much connected to water, but also air, you know, because those elements have the ability to kind of move things, shift things, shape things. And, you know, one of the big messages for me with water, and it was actually the river that runs through the Grand Canyon that spoke to me when I was flying over it in 2018, and the water and the river, she said, don't ever underestimate the power of the water and how it can carve its way through matter. And, you know, we look at the earth and we look at the rocks and the trees and we're just like, wow, you know, they're so strong and they're so solid. But water can lift trees and uproot them. I mean, tsunami waves can knock buildings down and, you know, move rocks and boulders out of the way. And she said to me, she said, look at what I've done over years and years and years and years and years and hundreds and thousands of years. I have carved a 2-mile deep canyon in this rock just by going with the flow. I've just been going with the flow. Look what I've done.
Yeah, you know, yesterday I heard someone speaking about water, and the fire is also coming from water. Everything is coming from water. So really the origin. Yes, so it was just a little parenthèse.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, so, you know, for me, I don't have a 5 in my blueprint. So numerologically, it's not as front and center as it is for me, because I know you have a 5. And it was no surprise to me when, you know, when I did your reading and I looked at your numbers, I was like, of course there's a 5 there. Because it's just a huge part of your life. And there's a lot of people that I meet, even my partner, he has a 5 in his blueprint and he loves the water. He's very connected to the water, in service to the water. But she's been talking to me for a really long time. And, you know, I became a water carrier and I was moving water from different sacred places. Not even consciously, sometimes people were asking me to take water from sacred lakes or sacred places. I didn't even know what I was meant to do with them. Now I do. And, you know, the importance of making water offerings and blessing the water and thanking the water, because the water holds consciousness. The water holds information. And, you know, this is something that was brought into my awareness by Dr. Emoto, and all of the amazing work that he did with water, and the love and the gratitude for Water Day exists because of him. But, you know, the things that I now know and understand about water, firstly, the water, especially the water that comes from deep within the ground or from very, very big water masses, holds information from a long time ago. And it's very, very pure and it's unfiltered. And so if you consume that, or if you place it on your body or you bathe in it, you become one with that knowledge, that wisdom, that information. And equally, if there's water that hasn't been loved or taken care of very well, might be a bit polluted, you can change the frequency of the water with your energy, with your thoughts, with your mind, with your love, with your blessings. And this is why you'll know this, rivers like the Ganges in India, so sacred. And so that's one of the other amazing things about water, and the fact that it can change, it can it can change shape as well. You know, you can freeze it, you can freeze it into certain shapes. It's an incredible element.
Yes. And so I know we are now already in September, end of September, but September is also in a 5 frequency, so in a 5-year frequency. And there are also portals, specific portals. We had already 2. There is one more on Monday 27th. And I also remember, and I leave them, there were very specific water portals during May this year. And I really feel there is like a resonance between what happened during the May portals and those ones. So maybe you could speak about this and explain maybe more also about those water portals.
Yeah, absolutely. So the way that I talk about portals is there are surface portals and true portals. So the surface 555 portals would have been this year on the 5th, the 14th, and the 23rd of May. So most people would refer to the 5th of May as a 5-5 portal because it's the 5th day in the 5th month based on a Gregorian calendar. And then it was in a 5-year because it's 2021. So I call that a surface portal because it's really easy to see on the surface. You don't need to do any mathematics or calculations. And so on the surface, those portals would have been holding an amplification, a magnification, and more of an expansive energy of the 5, because they were surface 555 portals. And as you said, September is a 5 universal month. So we calculate the month by, we take the number of the month based on the Gregorian calendar, so it's the 9th month, and then we add it to the universal year. So 9 plus 5 is 14, and 1 plus 4 is 5. And every year, September is always exactly the same frequency as the universal year. So next year we'll have 666 portals, the year after 777, etc. And in 9 years' time, we'll have the 555 portals again. And so on the 9th, the 18th, and the 27th of September every year, we have the triple number of that universal year, the true. So it's a 5 universal day in a 5 universal month, in a 5 universal year, which means that anyone born tomorrow on the 27th, they would be a 5 life path, and all 3 numbers for their life cycles, because our 3 life cycles are determined by the day, the month, and the year that we were born, would be connected to the 5 energy and the 5 frequency.
Yes. Very powerful.
Yeah. And so, yeah, these are really powerful days with regards to the 5 energy and the 5 frequency. So not only will they be very powerful days for change and transformation, spontaneity, travel, adventure, expecting the unexpected, the frequency of evolution for everyone on the planet, but they will be very powerful portals for water, for acknowledging water, for being in water, being close to water, honoring water, and receiving the teachings from the water, which is all about flow. You know, water doesn't stop just because something stands in its way. Like it will find a way. It will find a way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So very wonderful, powerful days for water ceremonies, from a numerological perspective, a great day for water offerings. The last 555 portal, I was at the beach, and I've just done 33 days of Canini, which were Facebook Lives every day, and I was making an acknowledgement for the water right by the ocean, and giving thanks to the water, and sending our love and our blessings and our prayers into the water, and just giving so much thanks for the presence of water, because 70% of the planet is made of water. And I recently, it was last year, I read that the letters EA come from Sumerian times, which means water. And because I could never understand why Earth was called planet Earth. I was like, it doesn't make sense. It's planet water. There's 70% water. But the EA in Earth actually comes from the Sumerian, which means water.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes, and you know, you can also make a, oh, I don't know, sorry. The Earth is like art, you know. That's also, there is also a play with the vowels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And yeah, and even the word lieu in French, like I know it's EAU, but the fact that the E and the A that are in there, and I know that like European languages are connected to Latin and Sumerian and, you know, ancient times, like it makes sense that even the French word for water, lieu, has the E and the A in it. I'm sure it's connected
yes.
to,
Oh,
yeah.
it's amazing. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt much happier about Earth being called Earth when I found out that EA means water from Sumerian times.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
So clever. Yeah. Great.
And then I guess the other thing to share with you is December, we will have some, even though it will be, so September is a 5 month, October is a 6, November is a 7, and December will be an 8 universal month. But it also will have some surface 3-3-5 portals. So the 3rd of December, the 12th, the 21st, and the 3rd will have there will be surface 3-3-5 portals, and you know these numbers very well because you're a 33 life path and you have a 5 in your chart. And when the 3 and the 5 comes together, that's creativity with water, fun with water, play with water, stories, music, dance, art with water. So we'll still have you know, some 3-3-5 portals as we're coming to the end of this year, and there'll be 4 days in December especially, and it will be mixed in with the 8 energy of the universal month, which is about law, LORE, protocol. So, you know, there might be some interesting things happening on the planet with regards to how we take care of water, and maybe being reminded of the importance of following protocol and honoring the law of the water, the LORE.
Very interesting. Thank you for the information. It's so beautiful. It's like insight for living really more consciously, you know, these are special times. And also water is calling Earth, actually, is manifesting. So just listen to the call. And through your wisdom and knowledge, it is really beautiful tools to do this with more awareness. And also for each one who can choose to a better inner knowledge with this cosmic numerology you are offering as yes, as a session, individual session, or on your Facebook. You are giving a lot of information already, I think. Yeah. Would you like to tell something more about this 5 frequency year? I know next year will be a 6 frequency year, which is also very a beautiful frequency.
Yeah. Which you also have in your blueprint because you're a 33-6, so it will be really activational for you. So yeah, so the other thing that happens with portals is you can get an overlap of numbers. So even though 2021 is a 5 universal year, the first 6 months overlap with the 4 of 2020, and the last 6 months are overlapping with the 6 of 2022. So when we come into the beginning of 2022, officially it will be a 6 universal year. But the 5 from 2021 will overlap with the first 6 months right the way until the end of June. So what happens with that is the 6 is all about family and children and the home. It's about the husband and the father, the wife and the mother. It's a very domestic frequency. It's about ceremony, it's about community, it's about health and well-being. It's connected to the plants and how we can use plants to live our best life and be healthy and thrive and feel really wonderful in our bodies. And all my beautiful brothers and sisters that have 6s and 33-6s and 66s, you guys are on the planet to remind everyone the importance of everything that's connected with the 6 frequency. And it's going to be, you know, from a cosmic numerological perspective, it's the frequency of the new earth family, the new earth home, the new earth community, the new earth ceremonies. And when the 5 and the 6 overlap, this is the change that's required in our bodies, in our cells, in our homes, in our kitchens, in our fridges, in our gardens, in our relationships, in our families, so that we can live an even healthier life. And the 5, water, and the quality of the water that we drink and where it comes from has a fundamentally important effect on our health and well-being, because like we were saying before, water holds information, and the cleaner, the clearer, the more natural source of water we're able to drink. This is why I love drinking spring water if I can, especially when I'm in Avalon. But with the 5 and the 6 overlapping, it's going to be the reminder of the importance of the frequency and the quality of the water that we drink to live our best lives and feel the healthiest that we can in order to thrive and be the most magnificent versions of ourselves possible, so that we can be of the highest level of service.
Yes, I heard also structured water is like a medicine to restructure your water. So it is really a basis for the health. Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, so great. It is really really positive, really nice times which are ahead us.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, so thank you very much, Katharine, for this sharing, for this this knowledge, this very unique knowledge you are sharing and contributing to these special times. We need people like you. We are really bringing something really unique and special, very soul connected, cosmic connected. So thank you very much, and we stay connected through the water, and may the best happens for us and for the next times to come. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you, darling. Thank you so much.
Bye bye.
Bye, darling. Blessings.